to Wigs on Wednesday. I'm Janine and I'm here with a slightly different video for you today. I'm going to be showing you two of the same unit, the Zury Sis BYD-Lace H Ben unit, in colors you've seen before, the Tiedye Plum and the Tiedye BK. So what I thought I would do is that I would use this video to become a bit of a tutorial, because I've had a lot of my friends ask me how I cut the lace on my units and apply them to my hairline. As I mentioned in other videos, I don't actually glue my wigs down. I'm very much an on and off kind of toss it person. And that actually leads me to an explanation of the title of my channel. So Wigs on Wednesday is because I'm actually a single mom, a full-time mom, and also a full-time employee. And for the past 6 years, I've only had one day off a week, and that was Wednesday. So when I got into wig wearing and found the way to live all my fantasy colors and do all these hairstyles that I've wanted to do forever, Wednesday was the day that I was able to do it because I didn't have to be at work. So that's where the Wigs on Wednesday title comes from. And my son is 8 years old. He's amazing. He'll probably pop into these videos in the future. I know his music was in one of the past videos already. He's also he's seeing me do this, and he's also decided he wants to make YouTube videos. So you might see him on YouTube at some point as well. But this is really me sharing my love of wigs and my hobby with you all. And like I said, we're gonna go real quick in terms of how crazy I get in my experimentation with you guys, doing things that I've never done for the first time, and sharing that experience with you, and hopefully helping you guys get brave with your units as well. But anyway, this is Ben. Ben is probably my favorite wig ever so far that I've owned. I'm a big bob person. I love a shortcut. My hair takes a really long time to grow, so I would never cut my natural hair to a bob length unless it was really damaged. So I love that I get to pull off my bobs and have my short hair. I actually had a bob like all through high school. Tiedye Plum, which is the color I have on the head right here, is probably one of my favorite wigs that I own. So I'm gonna pop her on for you real quick and just kind of show you the unit, and I'll give you a quick, rundown of what I think of Ben, and then I'll pull out the Tiedye BK, which I saved especially for this video. The lace is still on there, and I'm gonna show you how to cut the lace. So give me a second to pull this on, and I will be right back. So this is Ben. Things that I've noticed about Ben wearing her over time is that she's a really sleek unit. I love her density. It's not too thick at all. Tiedye Plum has this gorgeous like magenta plum color that underlights all of this beautiful tie-dye effect on top. And as you move, like, those colors kind of interplay with each other, and she just catches attention. I actually wore her out to an orchard recently, and I got a ton of compliments and scored a free ear of roasted corn. So totally a winning shade of this unit. One thing that I haven't gone in and kind of explored, but I would, is sometimes when pressing against the wig, I do feel like the knots on the wefts of the unit, almost like a hair, not a hair, a thread kind of buckled and didn't get sewn flat into the unit. So that's an interesting thing that I feel sometimes when kind of pressing against the unit. But overall, really no complaints about how she's constructed. She doesn't really tangle. She's a very smooth unit. I probably need to smooth her down though, put a little contour in her. I've worn her a couple of times now. I've never washed her yet, but I've never washed a wig yet. That's another video I'll be doing. But overall, she's a fantastic unit, and she's so easy to just pop on the head. Now, one thing, talking about how I wear my wigs. My hair naturally side parts. My grandma used to sit and try to get my hair to part in the center. I would sit in front of her and she would just run that comb 50 to 100 times. And my hair just refuses to part in the center. So I actually wear a lot of my wigs parted on the side. But you can move and shift the part of a wig slightly. On a short unit like this, you'll probably see that one end, the side that I've tilted this to, is a little bit longer than the other, and that's because it's meant to be a center part unit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the center part would look like on me, and you could tell me if you think you like it or not. Still don't think I have her exactly center. Okay, that might be better. All right, there we go. So this has been centered parted on me. It doesn't look bad. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I hate it. I just think for my face, I prefer the side part. And one of the reasons why is I have a tiny bit of a widow's peak. So if I need to cover my hairline with a center part unit, I have that unit pulled a little bit more forward than I do if I have it on the side and then the hair kind of cascades over that slight widow's peak. So I find that I get a more natural looking hairline, but also a more youthful looking hairline for my face when I side part most of my units. But just so that you guys know, like you could take a unit, I have the combs in, so, you know, and you could shift your part anywhere you want. I've never really worn a right side part, but you know, I could do that as well. And it's not bad. So when you're playing with your wig, you know, play with it on your head, try it in all different directions. It also kind of depends on how they did I'm messing this up here, how they did the parting space. I actually have a unit I have to play with. Again, another video. I keep talking about future videos, but they're all coming, guys, I promise. That the parting space actually just, it looks like I'm balding. So each unit's going to be different. It's going to present its own challenges, but if it's giving you life in terms of its color or its cut, like, don't just write it off. Like, there are ways to get over those hurdles. There are ways to get over those humps. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to break open Tiedye BK for the first time for us. I'm going to put her on the mannequin head, and I am going to cut the lace for you guys and show you how I cut the lace off my units. So when you're cutting the lace off a unit, there are a few schools of thought on how to do this. You can use a scissor, you can use a razor, you can do it on a head, you can do it on your own head. I don't trust myself on my own head. I'm really bad reversing things in a mirror. Always have been. So when it comes to cutting lace, like, I don't want to do that on myself. So I put it on the head and I cut the lace. So I'm gonna get this as close as I can, and I'm gonna make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So I took the ring light down a few levels because I want you to be able to really see. So most wigs are created and ventilated in a boxy hairline. We'll get to that in a second. A lot of people will cut this in a zigzag pattern to try to blend the lace, particularly if they're gluing it down. I tend to try to deal with the hairline as is and then make tiny adjustments as necessary. So this can be an intimidating thing, guys. This is actually probably one of the most intimidating parts of wearing a lace front wig. I am very pro lace front over regular everyday or just lace part units. Because you get the most natural hairline effects, and the couple extra bucks that lace fronts cost totally are worth it because you get the most natural look. And if you're like, I don't want to wear a wig or look like I'm wearing a wig, a lace front is like completely the way to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clip the hair back away from the lace so that I can get a clean access to the lace without being worried about cutting any of the hair. So I'm basically just pulling it up like you would if you wanted to wear your hair back. And I'm just using a clip to secure it. Basically, don't be shy. You're gonna cut right up to that row of knots that you see right at the front of the lace. And then you're gonna cut right along that row as close as you can without trying to cut the piece of tulle that the hair is on. Everybody slips once in a while and cuts a piece of hair. You are not ruining your wig. You have not ruined your wig. Do not panic. Do not throw the wig away. You will be okay, I promise. And like I said, you're just going to direct this down. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to twist it. See what I'm doing. And like I said, you are just cutting along her edge here of, this is called lace. It really is tooling. If anybody's been a ballerina, or works in fashion. You probably know what this is. It's a very fine lace, so a little less stiff than, you know, ballerina tulle, but got the same concept going on. And you just take that right off. And that's basically how you cut that. I'm gonna do it over here too, right above the ear. Now, technically when you fit a wig to your ear, I have to pull it off to get the rest of that, so I'll pull it off to do the rest of that. You're actually supposed to cut the lace above your ear and to like fit the wig perfectly to your head. I don't usually do that, but you can. That's why the lace is created the way that it is. You cut off what you don't want for your hairline, and that's basically what's customizing it to your head. So I'm just cutting right around here. I hope you could see. I try to have that really zoomed in. How I'm doing this. And you know, I just pull the hair back. I really try to get all the lace, like right here. I've got a nice little patch of not ventilated lace. Ventilation means that there's hair going through the lace. So non-ventilated lace means that it's just the tulle. And we don't need any excess lace. So we just try to chop that. So we just chop something. That's it, so. Okay, and then get the edge here. And sorry, gotta remember to turn it to you guys. Pulling it back. It's a little harder on, you know, this side, being a righty, but you can still do it, don't worry. Get the lace under your scissor. Little pieces under mitts. And then I actually find once I do this bit, it's easier for me to do the rest of my hands. So I'm gonna try to get this in the camera so you could see what I'm doing here. So I literally just hang the wig. And this is that over the ear lace. But like I said, you're actually meant to just like chop into this on your head. I don't feel the need to do that, but I think it's all about the comfort of the wearer and what shape your head is. Because if some of this is hitting funny, or it's hitting your ear or sitting on your ear, of course you need to take that off so you can be comfortable. The process is the same for every wig. So once you get comfortable doing this, you're doing the same thing over and over again. There's no special formula, or that I have not run into a wig that requires anything other than a basic lace cut like we just did. So now that we have her, let's sew her on. I'm gonna show you how to put a wig cap on, or how I do it. It's a very lazy way that I do it. So I keep it on my hand like a glove. I take my hair, I ponytail it, low pony, and then I twist it. So I'm twisting my hair, and then I take it up and loop it back because my hair is decently long. And now I have all my hair up. I take my gloved hand, and I use that to hold my hair in place, and I actually just pull the wig cap over my hair. Now, usually what I do is I pull it a little lower. So I like to have it here, and then I actually use that to pull my root hairs back. And I want to pull it just so that I can see the roots, but barely. If I'm wearing a lighter colored wig, a blonde, a platinum, a baby pink, if the roots are light, this is covering my hair. But if I'm doing a dark rooted wig, like what I had on, which is not exactly dark, this is actually purple, but the Tiedye BK is definitely a dark rooted wig, then I'm okay with letting some of my dark roots show because it actually is going to blend in. Depending on the wig, I might even pull some of my front hairs out so that they actually work to cover the lace too. So we shall see how this one looks and we will decide what we do from there. Let me just cut her tag off because I didn't cut her tag. Okay. I'm sorry guys, my mirror is this way, so I just have to turn a second to see what I'm doing. But how not to lay a wig. Should not be on your eyebrows. Oh my god, guys, she's so pretty. They're so, oh my gosh, the color. Can you take this color in? I hope you're seeing this. So this is an ombre that goes, they call it tie-dye, from a pink to a yellow to a green to a blue. And this looks like a navy blue black. Right now with the lighting I have, the root looks very black, but the root I'm assuming is the same as down here that looks navy blue black. Hard to say. All I know is it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So what I want to do real quick is show you how I'll blend a wig like this sometimes, just to kind of give you the whole full tutorial. I'll put powder in the part in a second, and I've done that in a previous video, but I'll do that again to show you what difference it makes. But I also, with this unit, because my hair color is so close to this, is I am going to pull out some of my baby hair. So I'm going to try to do this in the camera. I don't know if I'm going to be that successful. But I basically use a rat tail and just pull out my own hair right from there. So what I just did is I pulled out my natural hair right at the parting space, pretty much on both sides of the parting space. And I'm just brushing that into the wig. And what that does is it helps me to hide the lace better. Like now from here back, and obviously the wig hair is also covering it, my natural hair is helping to blend that lace into my face. So now the only places that I need to really worry about is this little section right here that you can kind of see on top of my hair, and then obviously the parting space. So let me show you what I do as quick fixes without gluing to make those things disappear. So to fix this patch of lace that you see over my hair, I use usually a root colored eyeshadow. I sometimes use the powder that I use to do my eyebrows and darken my eyebrows with. And I'm actually just going to brush this in that section there. So from, I'm just going to show you. Not on the parting space itself, from here to here, I'm going to apply that powder. Literally just put it on. Don't be shy. You can't overdo it. And the beauty of using a powder to do these fixes is you can rub it off or use water to wipe it off completely if you feel like you messed it up. So I don't know how that's looking in the mirror to you. My lighting here is iffy right now. We're having a sunset, so I'm losing my light. But this should look different than it did before. It should look more blended into the hair and to that point where you can't really see where the wig ends and my natural hair begins. If I had a little more time, I would flat iron this piece of hair I pulled out of my own hair. I'm just going to stick it behind my ear for now. And now let me quickly show you how I powder the part. I actually take a foundation powder. I use a powder that's a shade lighter than my skin tone. Most people will say to use your actual concealer or the same shade as your skin tone. Because I don't part my hair the same way and don't have a very heavy part in my natural hair, I know for a fact that my scalp doesn't get much sun. So I usually use a lighter powder, not only because I think it looks more natural on me, but a lot of times lace doesn't always match my natural skin tone, so I find that using a lighter powder helps to counterbalance some darker laces that don't match my skin tone. So what I'm going to do, same like I did with here applying powder, but I'm using this lighter shade powder, the corner one, to do the part, and I'm just going to brush it up and down in the part. Don't be shy, and your greatest amount of powder should go right where that lace meets your face. And then what that does is it just lightens up the parting space a little bit. If you get some powder on the hair, you can brush the hair with your finger. Don't brush the part, just the hair around the part. And you can rub that powder off your hair. And now you have a finished, ready to go leave your house and rock the world wig on your head. And just so you know, links to the other colors that Ben comes in can be found in the description box of this video. I have down there that I want to reach my goal of 1,000 followers, and my real point of doing that is because I want to have the videos just pop up around me as I talk so that I can guide you guys to the content you're looking for quicker and faster. So if you can share my channel and get the subscriber count up, that would be great, because I really want to make your life easy. And I just think it's really fun when you're watching a review and the reviewer's like, hey, check this out, this is how I learned to do this, and this is how I learned to wash a wig, and I'm here to help. So that's my goal for that. I really appreciate you guys tuning into my channel. It's been a real privilege showing you what I have so far. I know I don't have too much up yet, but any support that you're giving, I just want you to know that it means the world to me. I really do want to break into this community and make a difference, have a positive impact on people, and just have fun. So again, thanks for tuning in to Wigs on Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed this lace cutting and blending tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed the views of Zury Sis BYD-Lace H Ben in Tiedye Plum and Tiedye BK, and I will see you next time. Take care. Thanks for making it to the end of this video with me, guys. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button. Of course, if you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button, and of course share it with anybody who wants to learn how to cut wig lace or might want to see Zury Sis Ben. See you next time.